So.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody for joining us again on Meet the Candidate. And just to remind everyone that our goal here is to get to know each candidate at a more personal level and find out who they really are. And we're going to do all of that in just 15 minutes. So today I have Skeeter with me. And Skeeter, I want you to just give me an intro. What are you doing? Who are you?
I'm Skeeter Presley, born and raised in Mansfield. Been here 48 years. I think that's the longest of any of the candidates. I have been here the longest. I believe that's what it is.
Okay.
I own a paper company here in town. I have a cleaning company here in town. My kids graduated Mansfield High School. I graduated Mansfield High School back a long time ago. And my daughter, she is in the 5th grade at Mansfield. What is it, TIPS? No, ASA level.
Okay. So when you were small, what did you want to be when you grew up?
What I really wanted to be was a rancher because my father was in the cattle business. My grandfather was in the cattle business, and I used to go to all the auctions and all the dairy sales. And of course, in high school, I was in FFA because I wanted to be around the cows and the horses and all that. So I thought that's really what I wanted to do. And I thought for sure that's what I would have been.
Okay. And so how did you get from that to what you're doing now?
It's a long story. Well, what I did is I went from the ranching to, I had a landscape and irrigation company, and I had it for probably at least 6 years, I know, or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I got tired of working in the dirt, been over in 100-degree heat in Texas. So I sold it to a gentleman here in town who's now deceased. And I went into sales, and then that's how I'm here today, is from going out from irrigation. Then I went into the sales, and I've been in sales ever since.
Okay. All right. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? If you could give me 3 words on who Skeeter is.
Honest, loyal, trustworthy.
Okay. And what's the one thing that you can't live without?
The one thing I can't live without. Wow, I'd have to say it's my cell phone.
Okay.
I would have to say that is my cell phone because everybody is plugged into it. Everybody has it. Everybody's looking for it. Your Facebook's on there. Your emails, everything's on there. Everything.
Okay. What makes you laugh the most?
Comedy. I love listening to comedy. I, of course, have Sirius XM in your truck and all that stuff. So my favorite channels are all the comedy channels. That's pretty much what makes me have a great afternoon or a great morning, just because I just start off laughing at stuff that has really nothing to do with anything.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
I do. Let's see. I think my favorite one is Cat Williams. He is my favorite comedian.
Okay. So do you have a personal hero?
Personal hero.
Somebody you admire?
I guess I would say my mother, because she raised all of us kids. She worked 3 jobs in the beginning. She's self-made to where she's at today. She's been through a lot of hard times, and now she's getting to relax a little bit. So I think it would be my mom that I would be my hero of how she's gone from nothing to where she's at today.
Okay. And what inspires you on a daily basis to keep going?
I would have to say what inspires me the most is to please people. I like people to be happy. I like for their, since I'm in sales, I want their orders to be complete. I'm glad that they call me for the orders. I just want everybody to be happy with whatever I do, whether it be shipping out their orders or we clean their building or we did whatever. I want us to be the best that they've got. And then that means they're happy, so that makes me happy.
Okay. Do you have a bucket list?
I really don't. I mean, I guess every day really is kind of like a bucket list to me because, you just never know what's going to happen and what you're going to be able to do and what's going to be accomplished. So I guess really every day is, but I really don't have like anything specific. No, ma'am, I really don't.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to accomplish before pass on?
I do. I
Okay.
want to be to the point where my children and my children's children never have to worry about finances. I want them to be able to enjoy life, to be able to enjoy vacations and not have to work as hard as I've worked. And I want them to be able to be financially stable after I'm passed on, dead and gone, however you want to say it.
Okay. Are you a book person or a movie person?
Movie person.
All right. Best movie you've ever seen?
I would have to say it's called A River Runs Through It.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite movies. I mean, it's old, but my God, it's just, I'll watch it every time it comes on. It doesn't matter what, if it's on regular TV, cable, whatever it's on, I'll watch it.
Why is it, or what is it about that movie that you really like?
It reminds me of my brother and I. I mean, it's so crazy how much it reminds us. I mean, if you just switch them from the fishing and stuff back to where my brother and I were, I mean, I almost tear up whenever I talk about it because, I mean, it's so much my brother and it's so much me in that movie. It's just crazy.
Do you have a favorite childhood memory, one specifically that has impacted your life?
I have a favorite childhood memory. I don't know, I guess it kind of impacted my life. Are you ready for some humor?
Yes.
Okay. My brother's 8 years older than I am, right? So we ran cattle and stuff like that when I was younger. Anyway, we had the land behind our house leased, and we had this old Jeep. Okay, so our job was in the evenings after we get home from school is we'd go through, we'd have to round all the cattle up and bring them back up to the barn to feed them and milk them, whatever we had to do. Well, we were driving this old, like a 70-something, 60-something Jeep. It had no top on it, no anything. I think I was probably about 7, maybe 7 or 8, you know? So whatever my brother said, I did. He was like, you know, I looked up to him, whatever he said, let's do it, right? So we're driving. Well, this old Jeep didn't have a horn. The horn was in the glove box. You had to pull it out, old school, you know what I'm saying? Put it on there and honk the horn, right? Then the cattle would go. Well, I was young, didn't hear him quite well. We're headed up towards the cattle, and I swear my brother said, jump out, not get the horn out. So what I do, took off like Superman. I thought the truck was going to run over the cattle or the Jeep's going to run the cattle. We're going out in the field. We're going to die, whatever. And I jump out at like 15 miles an hour, and my brother is dying laughing because I'm rolling full of dirt and all this. He goes, what are you doing? I said, well, you told me, jump out. He goes, no. I said, get the horn out. So that is one of my favorite memories. And he'll tell that story, and he thinks it's just the best story ever. And I tell you what, it was amazing because after I jumped out, he felt sorry for me, so I didn't have to open up any more gates. I got to stay in the Jeep the whole time. He'd open the gates and push the cattle through because he felt so sorry for me.
Oh my goodness. So if you could have a conversation with someone, anybody, living or dead, who would it be with?
Actually, it would be 2. It would
Okay.
be. The first one would be my grandfather, which is Papa Tony. He died before I was ever born. He passed away before I hit the runway. And I would like to talk to him because him and my grandmother came over from, Italy to Ellis Island. They signed the book, and then that was it. They started from scratch. They had nothing. They had no one, nothing. They were both 17, I believe, 17 years old when they came over. And then, lo and behold, he built his business, and he had some, slot machines and stuff back in the day on Mansfield Highway, all that kind of stuff. And that liquor board would call, and everybody would call up the street, tell everybody liquor board's got. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to him and ask him how that was and how he did all that and how he started from absolutely nothing. I think they said they came over with 33 cents in their pocket or 35 cents in their pocket. And that's it. And then the other person would be my father. He died when I was 7 years old, and I'd like to just talk to him to see if I've turned out like he's wanted or if I've done everything to his expectations or what he thought of.
Okay. What would be a perfect weekend for you?
Oh God. Perfect weekend for me would be my 2 favorite things. I love to go to the lake, hang out on the boat. And then the other thing I love is car shows. So I guess, let's see, Friday night hit a car show, Saturday the lake, and then Sunday back to another car show. And
Okay.
that would be great for me. Perfect weekend.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had a nickname?
You're calling me by it.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, my nickname is Skeeter, but it's just stuck with me since day one. My father gave it to me long, it's obviously about a year old. And so that is my nickname. But if you were to ever call me my real name, no one would ever know who you're even talking to. They'd have no clue.
What is your real name?
Tony.
Tony? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm named after both of my grandfathers, Papa Tony and Bob Sherman. So my actual name is Tony Sherman Presley, is my actual real name.
Okay.
But if you were to ever call me that, I mean, even in school, I never turned around. You know, after a while, they realized to go ahead and put Skeeter on the paperwork.
So what's your favorite place to vacation?
I would have to say my favorite place would be Colorado. I love the
Oh,
snow. I love to ski. I like cold weather. I mean, I really do. That's one of my favorite places to go.
okay. All right. Hobbies.
Just the car show, tinkering on my 23 T-bucket, tinkering out in the garage on it, putting different motor parts on, changing the motor, putting different stuff on it, just tinkering with my car.
Okay.
And newly, a cattle ranch that me and one of my good friends decided to lease some land, put cattle on, and it has been a chore, but it's been one of the best chores that we could ever do. I mean, it's so hard work, but it's so much fun and so relaxing when we get out there.
So it's kind of a way for you to recharge a little bit?
I would say yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can get out there and I don't have a cell phone. I leave it in the truck and I don't have anything. We work with the cattle and we're working with the donkeys. We work with the goat. We work with everything. I mean, it's just, we're always mending fence. We're always doing something. So I would say that would be my best way to recharge because I just get away from everything and do kind of what I want to do.
Okay. Do you have a motto that you live by, or?
I do. Actually, it's actually from Mark Twain, and
Okay.
it's kindness. And the reason for kindness is that's a language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. It's just kindness, and everybody can feel that, and everybody can recognize that.
Wow, that's neat. I don't think I've heard that before. Very neat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have your priorities or maybe your perspective, has it changed in the last 10 years?
Some it has, yes, ma'am. I mean, I really kind of, I don't know how they really, I really don't know. Tell it to me and tell a different story again. Tell me again. Has my perspective changed, such as in what? Like where I'm at today or what I'm at today?
Yeah, just in your life overall.
Yes, it has. Yes, I did not expect to have a 10-year or a brand new baby that's 10 years old now. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect to be where we were today financially. I didn't expect that. I did not expect I'd have so many people that work for us that wear me out and give me a headache sometimes. Didn't expect that. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And what kind of a impact has that had on you?
A great impact on me. It has been amazing. My daughter I have a son who's 21, but my daughter who's, was brand new, now she's 10 years old. I've never had a little girl. And you talk about night and day between a boy and a girl. Oh my God. Feelings, emotions, clothes, shoes. Oh my God. My son, 2 pair of jeans and a shirt, and he was good for 3 months. He didn't care. He'd take a shower sometimes. Sometimes he wouldn't be like, hey, you stink. He goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, do something. My daughter's in the shower 2 or 3 times a day in there. What are you doing? Man, I went outside. I'm like, okay, changing clothes. And I mean, her emotions are like a roller coaster. I love her to death, but one minute she's like, hey, daddy, and she's all excited. And the next minute she's just mad. Why are you mad? Well, something happened on whatever game she was playing. Her friend said something that hurt her feelings. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? So that has been amazing to me and totally different to me.
Okay. Did you have a favorite teacher in school?
I did.
Okay.
Her name was Carolyn Romery. She was an English teacher I had. And I felt so comfortable with that lady, and she helped me so much. And I guess she was one of the main teachers that I talked to after my father had passed. So I kind of like vented on her and would talk to her stuff. And she was the most caring, loving person. And actually, I think it was about 8 years ago, she came up to Mom's place and I actually got to see her about 8 years ago. But I mean, she was the sweetest person and the most caring person. And it was amazing. I love that lady.
Last question for you.
Okay.
If you, I'll just give you a fun one here. What's your favorite zoo animal?
Wow.
Zoo
I was not expecting the zoo animal. Let's see.
I know.
What's my favorite zoo animal?
Yeah.
Let me think for a second. I'd have to say the lion.
Ah,
The lion would be my favorite zoo animal.
okay. What do you like about the lion?
The leadership that he does. And everybody wants to hear him roar. That's what the whole point of going to the zoo. Everybody hopes that the lion will do a big roar. So that is what it is. They want his leadership, and they just want to hear his voice.
Okay. That's a good note to close on.
Thank you so much.
Yes, our 15 minutes is up, and I want to thank you very much for participating, and look forward to seeing you in the candidate forums.
Lori, I thank you for all your time and everything you're doing for all of us. I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.